So here's the sad thing, Monty. We can actually tie back, because I'm obviously good at callbacks and references. We can call back to last week. You know what, Monty? I apologize to you for my egregious statements about Hanwha Life. They are not a super tip. Fucking hell, bro. I secretly wanted this to be like a sleeper. Like, everyone's hitting on Thorin and Pino. Bruh, what is it with Viper? Remember, Monty, he is a world champion. He did win world championship and the LPL, but man, is the joke is he's second after LS of men in Korea who have the worst taste in other men to surround themselves with. I'll always use that joke, LS, because you're a mate of mine and also just trying to protect you, mate. Because, mate, how does Viper get trapped in these teams every time? Like, the guy is so fucking good, but every team just collapses. It just never gets going, does it? Oh,
I think what's super egregious about this whole situation, Thorin, is that, by the way, I had to suffer so much from people telling me after the World Championship in 2022 that, oh, Monte, Zeka is so fucking good. Zeka's so fucking good. He's so good. I can't believe he hard carried this team, Monte. You were wrong. Like, Zeka's not bad. He's not mid as fuck.
No.
I never said he was bad. I just said he was mid. He's not mid as fuck. He actually is secretly a god. And his glow up over worlds.
Once he's reading all these comments, it's like that scene from Interstellar where it's like breaking down, watching all the videos coming back from it. Because that's so egregious, Monty. How are these real opinions?
So I was told that his glow up was like permanent, right? That his glow up was going to be permanent. And not only did I have to watch, I don't know, all of last year.
So ironically, like watching that Super Bowl in 2007 and be like, you know what? I think Eli Manning's going to be the GOAT. It's like, you fucking idiot. It's a one-off. You fucking idiot.
Technically, he did win too. But yes, I get your point.
True. Even so, those are both one-offs in their own way.
It's true. But when we look at Zeka, I mean, the most egregious thing, Thorin, is like, okay, last year, he was all right. He's still okay at his year. Like, all right, he's played some Yone. He still doesn't have a huge champion pool. But the most offensive thing right now.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. It's like he picked into the Azir.
Well, no, it's not even that. He just won't play Akali. He has 0 Akali games in a meta of Akali where he has an Akali world skin.
My point was, Menti, of all the players ever, this fucker opted into the meta champions instead of like his Adam-esque only 2.5 champions he gets really good at. You're right. Everyone else in the world, even fucking Taken's playing Akali, but Zeka doesn't. It's your champion, bro. It's yours. Take it.
You have a skin. You have a skin in the game. Like, can we please do this?
Like, it's a joke. Just pick up your broken sword, Aragorn, and reclaim your kingdom. Like, it's your time, and he's too scared to.
Even Showmaker is out there playing Sylas and like dominating Gen G on it. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we play? Like, I understand Sylas is like a little bit more difficult sometimes to like fit in the current meta, but surely, especially when we've seen players play Akali into Corki and play Akali into Azir, these are Faker's champions. Why can't we play some fucking Akali? Yes. Why are we first picking Corki? Zeka, you are miserably bad at playing Corki. Like, so offensively fucking bad. I could not believe how terrible this guy's Corki was. He's never in the right position. He doesn't hit anything with Corki. He spends the entire game like actually getting his ass blasted in laning phase, like completely just gets shit on by Faker's Orianna. And look, Faker's Orianna laning is really good right now, so maybe ban it? I don't know. You banned it in game number 1. Why are we not banning it in game number 2? Like, he plays this champion as if it's like a flanking assassin. He's almost playing it as if he was Akali at times, but except when he has the package, because then he won't go in. It's like when you can use the package to go in, he won't go in, and then when he doesn't have the package, just on the flank. Like, what is happening?
If anyone saw a few years back on Netflix, there was that sci-fi show called Altered Carbon, which I think comes from like a manga or something weird like that. And basically, in this show, it was like a Blade Runner type world, Monty. But the whole premise was like your sort of consciousness was like in a chip kind of thing that could go on your neck, and the idea was you could be resurrected if someone had that chip, and you got skinned into like a new body, and you could your personality was in a different body basically, and you could get brought back. And one of the episodes, right, he gets captured, and a guy who's sort of like a psychic torturer. What he does is he sort of goes inside his mind to try and break him and sort of like get some information. Right, I feel like I might actually just be in some sort of a dystopian esports black site being tortured. Because think about this, Monty. I not only have to put up with all that shit about how T1 and Faker are the best ever, not JDG last year, but simultaneously, because no one does watch LCK, they're all still, like you say, telling me Zeka, a world champion, is fucking super sick still a year and a half later. Meanwhile, I watch LCK, and if anyone doesn't know, when they only watch Worlds and they tell me Chovy sucks, well, when you go back to LCK, he's literally the best player you've ever seen play ever in any fucking game. Again, he's just absolutely sick right out the gate, but I'm being told Zeka's the fucking man. Like, this is like, they're trying to break me at this point in time, because the maddest thing is, Zeka didn't even do anything except that one Worlds, guys, literally. Like, if you just took that Worlds out and you aggregated all of his performances, he's like a mid or slightly above mid LCK mid laner.
Yes.
That's it. He was never the best, never for 1 second. There wasn't even a dream he was the best mid laner ever in LCK, ever. I know, look, I'll give props. This is also why, though, I do think that format is scuffed to Worlds. Like, I can't believe this. The joke that this guy is a world champion, but Chovy isn't, is bonkers to me. Look, I can't deny his performance. He did do it, but it's just ridiculous to me.
And by the way, guys, just because we're talking about his entire career as him being mid does not discount the fact that he did play extremely well at that World Championship. Yeah. We never debated.
That was the biggest glow I've ever seen, mate. For one tournament, it was insane.
In fact, even though Kingen was the MVP of the finals, Zeka was undoubtedly the MVP of Worlds. Like, just to be clear, I think Zeka was the MVP of Worlds 2022.
If you did it like the Conn Smythe and it's for the whole playoffs, he wins easily, of course.
Yeah. So I believe that, but I also did not believe at the time that there was any universe in which he would maintain this form, because what were the odds that out of all of the games that we had seen, he had suddenly like ascended to this new level? And there were problems even at Worlds, guys. At Worlds, his Azir was kind of bad. Like, you remember the Akali and Sylas games. You don't remember the Azir games where he was like at best, like okay. He kind of got okay by the end, and Azir was his most played champion in 2023. But he's not, when we talk about Azir players in Korea, do we ever talk about Zeka being the best? No, we talk about Faker. We talk about BDD. We talk about Chovy. You know what I mean? Zeka's not even in that fucking conversation. He's not in the conversation of the champions he does play. He's not in the conversation about Yone, which was his second most played champion last year. You know who's in the conversation about Yone? Chovy, Zeus. These are the guys we talk about with Yone. Who's in the conversation for Tristana? Fucking Chovy. We don't, the champions in which.
Probably the best Tristana ever. Just unbelievable, isn't he?
Like, he draws all the Trist bands. So I don't know. I just think that while HLE is good, they're a good team. When they play against the best in the world, it's hard not to see Zeka as a liability unless the meta just kind of shifts their way and they're willing to play it. Like, Dandy is the head coach of this team, and I don't understand how he can watch Zeka play Corki and be like, this is a stage-ready pick for us. How could that be true? And by the way, the rest of his team is actually really good. Viper looks fucking amazing right now. Like, he almost got them back in game number 1 of this series. Him and Peanut were really good in that game number 1.
He also never gives up, mate. He's got this crazy, he just stays in the fucking pocket even when the game's going to shit. It's amazing. This guy just tries so hard. It's amazing. It's really admirable.
His team fight positioning is unreal. His game sense is unreal. His mechanics are unreal. And you watch this guy just pull off the most amazing plays, but because they literally have a mid laner who doesn't know how to play his champion and doesn't know how to position with his champion, they can't get anything done against good teams. And this was the risk when we headed into this week for Hanwha Life, because their schedule was so fucking soft. The schedule was so fucking soft. And they did look good. They won all of their series 2-0 coming into this, but those wins were against FearX, DRX, and Kwangdong before Kwangdong made the shift to bullet AD carry, which made them look a lot better.
Yeah.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.